Long ago, in a quiet corner of the world where time seemed to move more slowly, there was a peaceful countryside filled with soft green fields, tall reeds, and a small shimmering pond. The air there was always calm, carrying the gentle scent of water plants and warm earth. In this place, mornings arrived softly, and nights settled in like a slow, comforting blanket. Near the edge of the pond, hidden among whispering grasses and wildflowers, there was a simple nest made of straw and feathers. Inside this nest sat a mother duck, patiently warming her eggs beneath her wings. She had been waiting for many days, and many nights had passed while she listened to the sounds of the world around her. The quiet croak of frogs, the distant hoot of an owl, and the soft breeze brushing against the reeds. At last, one early morning, when the sky was painted with pale shades of pink and gold, a small cracking sound broke the silence. One egg began to open, then another. One by one, tiny ducklings emerged from their shells. They were small and round, covered in soft yellow down, blinking at the light for the very first time. They chirped gently and wobbled closer to their mother, who looked at them with warm, loving eyes. But one egg remained unbroken. It was larger than the others and lay quietly in the nest, as if it needed more time. The mother duck waited patiently. She did not rush it. She gently adjusted her feathers and kept the egg warm, trusting that it would open when it was ready. Finally, after a long while, the large egg cracked open. Out came a duckling that looked very different from the rest. He was bigger. His feathers were gray instead of yellow, and his movements were clumsy and unsure. He looked around slowly, as if the world felt too large and unfamiliar. The mother duck studied him for a moment, then gently touched him with her beak. "You are mine," she said softly in her own quiet way. And that is enough. The days passed, and the ducklings followed their mother down to the pond. The water was cool and calm, reflecting the sky like a smooth mirror. The yellow duckling splashed happily, floating easily on the surface. The gray duckling followed behind them. He tried his best, but everything felt harder for him. He was slower and his body felt awkward. When he looked at the others, he felt different, though he did not yet understand why. The other animals noticed too. The older ducks whispered to one another. The geese shook their heads. Some of the birds laughed softly. "He is so ugly," they said. "He does not belong here." The gray duckling did not fully understand the words, but he felt their meaning. Each whisper made his heart feel a little heavier. He stayed close to his mother, but even her warmth could not completely protect him from the feeling of being alone. At night, when the farm grew quiet and the stars appeared in the sky, the duckling would sit near the water and watch the moon's reflection ripple gently across the pond. The moon never judged him. It simply shone, calm and steady, as if reminding him to breathe slowly and rest. As time went on, the gray duckling grew larger. Instead of growing more confident, he became more aware of how different he was. The others pushed him aside, teased him, and left him out of their games. One day, after a particularly lonely afternoon, the duckling felt something change inside him. The pond no longer felt like home. That night, while the world slept, he quietly slipped away. The moonlight guided his steps as he walked through tall grass and silent fields. The air was cool, and the world felt vast and quiet. He did not know where he was going. He only knew that he needed to keep moving. He traveled for days, resting when he could, listening to the soft sounds of nature. Sometimes he met wild birds who stared at him in confusion. Other times he was completely alone, surrounded only by the wind and the sky. Eventually he reached a wide marshland. The water there was darker, the ground softer beneath his feet. Life was harder, but no one mocked him. Still, he did not feel truly at peace. Then winter came. The days grew shorter. The air turned cold. Frost covered the reeds, and ice slowly crept across the surface of the water. The duckling struggled to survive. Some nights were so cold that he could barely move. But each morning he woke again, breathing slowly, listening to the quiet world. Deep inside him there was a gentle feeling he could not explain. Quiet hope that whispered, "Just wait." When spring finally arrived, the ice melted, and the land softened once more. Flowers bloomed along the water's edge, and the sky returned to its soft blue color. The duckling, now much older and stronger, wandered toward a clear, peaceful lake. The water there was still and calm like a perfect mirror. As he bent down to drink, he saw his reflection, and for the first time he truly saw himself. He was no longer a gray, awkward duckling. His body was graceful, his feathers bright white, his neck long and elegant. He was a swan. The realization filled him with a deep, quiet warmth. All the loneliness, the cold nights, the long journey, it had all led to this moment. Other swans glided across the lake toward him. They did not judge him or question him. They simply welcomed him, as if he had always belonged. The sun rose higher, casting gentle light across the water. The swan floated peacefully, feeling calm and complete. And in that stillness, the world seemed to whisper a simple truth. Everything becomes beautiful in its own time. There is no need to rush. There is no need to fear. As the lake rested beneath the sky, the swan closed his eyes, drifting gently on the water, finally at peace.